Hello, each and every one of yous. Okay, tonight we're going to talk about discrimination. And one of the worst discriminations that I have ever run across. And it is from a place called Quest Diagnostics. So I'm going to tell you the story and what happened. I also have a piece of video about 20 minutes after right after I got out of the office, which I walked out of this place, and I have a video of me talking in the car out at the parking lot, but I'm going to describe it better right now. Then I'll show you that video. I'll also show you a video of the place itself, or it'll be a still video. Quest Diagnostics is the name of it. This place. Okay. So this started with me needing a blood test. Doctor wanted me to get blood tests, so I went to one hospital to get the blood test. And they said they didn't take my insurance, so they give me the number to this place. Quest, Q-U-E-S-T Diagnostics. If you ask me, this is a nightmare place. Quest Diagnostics, Belleville. Okay. So, it was bad from the start. When I first went in there was no one there. I didn't know how to sign in or anything like that. But anyway, we're going to get to the part where the guy does this. Now, I don't know the guy's name. I can't tell you. I don't even know, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I give him my orders. I give him my orders for the blood test. I go in there. He asks me for my birthday. He acts smart from the beginning. He acts smart with me from the beginning of the whole thing. But here's the thing. Okay. 3 different times, the guy winds up calling me sir. Sir, S-I-R. And I call him out of each different time about it. Till finally the point where I stand up and say, hey, do I look like a male to you? And here's the thing about it. I got 2 different answers on this, actually. One was yes. The next one that he said was, yes, Jesus said so. Meaning, yes, I don't know whether Jesus is supposed to come in this set. Yes, Jesus told me so. Yeah. At that point, I said a few choice words to him, which I won't repeat here. But his next words were, when I asked him again about the sir, do I look like a sir to you? And he says, yes, that's what Jesus told me. Yes, that's what Jesus told me. And I got up and said, I'm not going to repeat the choice words that I said. But at the whole point when I'm doing this, he's got this needle and he's waving it like this. Now I'm sitting there and he's waving this needle back and forth like this. I'm like, yeah, he better not try to come at me with that thing. But discrimination goes on. So anyway, he says that Jesus told him so. Yeah. At that point, when I repeated it the 3rd time, but quit calling me sir. I'm not a sir. He said, sorry. At that time, when I was said sir, he said it the 3rd time. He's telling me that all about Jesus, and Jesus doesn't accept me like this and all that. And I was like, what the hell? Did I go to church, or did I go to the diagnostic office to get my blood tested? I mean, this guy's with the Jesus, doesn't want me. Jesus this, Jesus that. I wish he'd go Jesus himself. I mean, I told him a few choice words, if you know what I mean, which I'm not going to repeat here. And there's no way that I could show you how this happened. But he's telling me that Jesus doesn't accept me, and I don't have. He doesn't have to serve me, and all this bullshit. While waving this needle like this in front of me, you know. At that point, I got up and I said some choice words, and he said something in reply back to me. Something about I'm not interested, something like that. I'm telling you something. This is the worst confrontation that I could ever remember. Ever any place. That even beats Gary in that Faith Family Church. I mean, the discrimination level was off the chart. I mean, this guy was mean, no good from the beginning. Then when he stands there, sir, 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 keeps going with it. Discrimination. Then he's waving the needle like this back and forth. Then telling me about Jesus. Like, where's the Jesus coming in at this? After I said, you know, I'm not, do I look like a sir to you? He says, yes, Jesus told me so. You are. Like, where the hell did Jesus come in this at? You know, I gotta bring that out. This guy, obviously, Jesus related, Christians and all this stuff. And this is what they are. I mean, this guy discriminated against me. I mean, so help me, this beats Gary. I mean, this beats Gary from the Faith Family Church, really. Quest Diagnostics is the name of it in Belleville. Worst place I ever run across. I mean, not only did he discriminate against me like that, but he made a fool out of me. He made a fool out of my birthday, and he kept asking me for this and my birthday and this and that and all that. And said he didn't want to touch me and this and that and all that kind of stuff. Then he brings Jesus into it, you know what I mean? And then that F word, if you know what I mean, F-A-G. I mean, this guy must have been from hell someplace. Christian, you know how they are, Christians, you know. Like, Jesus doesn't accept that. I stood up and said, well, I know Jesus doesn't accept me like that. I said that. He's still waving this thing around like this. I don't know the guy's name. I have no idea. Waving this thingy around like this is and that needle. Then he says that Jesus doesn't. I need to find Jesus or something like that. And he doesn't have to serve me like I am. He refuses to serve me. Said, honey, I wouldn't let you stick me with anything if you gave me $100 anyway. I actually said that to him. Anyway, here's my point with all of this. This is the worst case of discrimination I've ever seen in my life. I mean, so help me, it is the worst I've seen. Here's my point. Here we go with Jesus again, and how, oh, Jesus doesn't want me. Jesus doesn't accept me. Oh, I can't be who I am just because I am. Jesus can sit there and discriminate against me all day long, which is why I don't believe in that stuff anymore. I mean, oh, Jesus is love. You remember that, right? Oh, that's what they all say. But yet, does that look like love to you? I mean, really? I mean, it wind up being the worst nightmare I could ever remember. Thankfully, I don't know. There's no thankfully in this. I just wanted to make it out what happened here. I mean, this guy was out of freaking hell someplace. With his Jesus told me that you're a man. Like, I ain't gonna tell you what I said to him. I'm not gonna use that kind of language on the phone here, on the thing here. But trust me, I won't be going back to that place ever again. I mean, geez, I can't believe this. I mean, I thought Gary from the Faith Family Church was bad. This guy beats him 10 times over. We have a new winner here. Oh, how Jesus doesn't want me. How Jesus can discriminate against me anytime, all day long. Isn't that what Jesus is known for? How much he doesn't want me and how much he hates me. And right, we remember all of that. This guy's the same way. Only he's worse. I mean, you think I'm going to report him into the freaking insurance company and stuff. Quest Diagnostics in Belleville. Worst place I've ever run across. Got some pictures. I'm going to be showing you some pictures of this. I'm showing you some pictures of this right now. Then I'm going to show the original video from when I got out of the car. When I got out of the office. I left. I walked out. I grabbed the paper with the blood order, taking your blood, they want the blood test, grabbed that, walked out. I ain't gonna tell you what I said, but worst is good. If you're LGBT, gay, lesbian, whatever, you don't want to go to this place, ever. Quest Diagnostics in Belleville. And here's a picture of it right here. And stay tuned for my after video. The video 15 to 20 minutes after I left the office. Out in the parking lot. Thank you. Yes, hello out there, each and every one of you. I am sitting outside of a place called Quest Diagnostics on Frank Scott Parkway in Belleville. And I want to tell you about, here it is right here. I want to tell you about the worst discrimination that I've seen. Now I want to tell you it before I leave the lot. About the worst discrimination that I've seen in, I don't know. This one might even beat Gary from the Faith Family Church. I don't know. I went in to get a blood test. And to make a long story short, when I went in and we got this guy, I don't know how to describe him. And anyway, he's smarting off with me and all this stuff, but that isn't the thing. And I get my orders, which I got right here for my blood test, and I give it to him. He starts calling me sir, as in a male. Sir, sir, sir. He's sticking the hold on. Sticking the thing up into my face at the end of that, the needle. He sits there and he says, sir. And I call him out on this. I said, I'm not a sir. First I said it politely. I'm not a sir. Then he says, yes, you are. Jesus says that you are, sir. I said, Jesus, when did I go to church here? I went to Quest Diagnostics. As far as I know, that wasn't a church. Good Lord. I want to tell you about this. I'm going to have a second half on this when I get back home, too. But I want to tell you about this before I leave the parking lot. Because okay. Anyway, so, it says, Jesus says so. In other words, you know what I mean. You know where I'm going with this. That's what he says. I said, I'm not a sir. Do I look like a sir to you? And he says, yes. Jesus says this and this and this. You know what I mean? Jesus says you are. Like, he got my goat at that time. So I said some choice words, which I'm not gonna say here, and left. But there's more to it. I'll go into it in detail right now. I just want to go over it right now real quickly because I want to tell you about this before I leave the lot. this guy is like, Jesus says so. I mean, where did Jesus come into this at? I mean, here we are at Jesus picking on me again. Picking Jesus on me again. Like, I'm not supposed to be who I am. I stood up and said, you know, in response to that, oh, Jesus doesn't want me, right? His response was, Jesus doesn't want you. No, that was my response, honey. His response was a simple, you need to change. Since when did this become a sermon? I mean, I was getting my blood taken, not going to church. I wasn't getting my blood taken to wind up going to heaven or hell or all of this stuff. I mean, so I'm taking this before I go into the building because I want to capture my level of upsetness with this in the moment before we go out there. So anyway, this is in Belleville, Quest Diagnostics, Frank Scott Parkway, Belleville, Illinois. If you're transgender, do not go to this place. If you're gay or transgender and any of this stuff, because he's sitting there calling me names, Jesus says that I'm a fag or something like that. Like, are you kidding me with this? And no, honey, I'm not exaggerating any of this. Not this time. No way am I exaggerating any of this stuff. So anyway, he says that, I said that when I first got in there, you know what I mean, he's aggravating me with your insurance and, you know, I can't touch you, I can't touch your wallet, this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I got cooties or something, right? I mean, him and his Jesus, I told him a few choice words I won't use here. Because that's the discrimination. That's what it's called, discrimination. I don't care if it's by him or Jesus or the Pope of Rome. It's still discrimination. So anyway, going on. When I first got there, I sit in the chair. I get done with all of this. He sits there and calls me sir. 3 different times, and I call him out on it each time. I'm not a sir. Then he sticks up his fingers. Sir, I'm not a sir. Do I look like a sir to you? And he says, yes, Jesus says you are. Yes, Jesus says you are, was his response. And then, you see this? This is like a pin, you know, a needle. I'm using this as an illustration. He's got this needle sticking up, going like this with it. And like, I'm thinking to myself, you stick me with that needle, we got a problem. You ain't sticking me with nothing, buddy. Not after that. Like holding this needle up in front of me. Like, This guy's the worst discriminator that I ever seen in my life. I mean, he's sitting there flipping this, like, really? I mean, you know what I mean? Really? You gonna try that? I mean, Jesus told me so. Jesus told him to say that I was a male. There's more to it, but I'm giving you the outline right now. I'll talk about the rest of it when I get back home. I wanted to sit there and talk to you about it right now for a minute before I leave. So anyway, that's what happened. I left, grabbed my orders here for a blood test, and I said a few choice words, which, honey, I won't use here, and left. I said, I ain't coming back to this place. If you're a transgender, a gay, a lesbian, you don't want to go to that place. Trust me. Quest Diagnostics, Frank Scott Parkway, one of the worst I've ever seen in my 30-something years. Not, yes, it even beats Gary at the Faith Family Church. Trust me, it does. It beats him. And that's saying something, honey. And I'm sure Mr. Grimm would have something to say about this. Oh, I might go call him up. I might go, here, let me see. Here, I'm going to call him up. Hold on. Oh, hold on here. Hold on, I might go call Mr. Grimm. Hold on. Hold Hold on with this. Wait a minute here. Wait, yeah. Hold on. Hello, Mr. Grimm. Oh, I'm sorry to wake you up. Oh, you heard about it. You're going to talk about it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Well, hey, Mr. Grimm, I'll let you talk. I'm going to let you go back to your coffin. But you're going to talk about this a little bit. Okay. You're going to make a special appearance. You know it's not Halloween, right? Oh, of course you know it's not Halloween. Wait a minute. Yeah, of course you know it's not Halloween. Oh, you're still going to talk about it. Okay. All right. You got wind of it right away. That's good. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Okay. So that's his point of view. You're going to hear from Mr. Grimm, too. Thank you, and listen for part 2.